5 things I wish I knew before joining the army. But before we get to that, I'm about to hit a little intro right now, little 10 muscle ups. If you're new here, I've been doing like muscle ups these past 3-4 days every day. All about it. I like muscle ups. I feel like they're hard. Most people can't do them. Obviously they're hard. Most people can't even do a pull-up, but that's my new thing. So we're gonna hit 10 right now. Let's get it. Get on the wave. I'm about to do this every day. This is my brother's shirt right here. Airborne, baby. I served 3.5 years in the Army. I was over there in the 82nd, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I was airborne, baby. My grandfather, dad, my brother and I, all paratroopers, 3rd generation. Very proud of that. Little gun. I went to go put my camera right here and there was a little gun. It's meant to be. I wish somebody would have told me on how much waiting around I was going to do. Stand by to stand by, boys. If you were in the Army, you know what that means. Basically it means wait around until you get the word. Stand by to stand by. I hated that. Alright boys, stand by to stand by. There will be days when you're sitting in your company CO and you know, you just be sitting around until you get the word, and you know, you have your fellow soldiers with you, so they're going through it too. You kind of just end up wrestling. You know, you had nothing really to do but to wrestle. You know, you can only do so many classes. That's just the name of the game, but I wish I was prepared for that. And also, like, if you guys lose something like a sensitive item, which is like, you know, your ACOG or like your laser, if you lose it out in the field or if you just lose it, period, they will lock down. They will lock us down. Every single company in the battalion will shut down. You will stay in your, you know, your unit company, and until they find it. So they will search every room. They will search every car until they find that shit. And in that time, you are just waiting in your company, and you can't leave. You can't go home. You're just waiting around until they find that. I had no idea about that. You know, if we lost something, we would have to wait around and wait around. So be prepared to stand by to stand by. Number 2, I had no idea when I first got to my unit I was gonna have to spend at least like $200 on some Army stuff. I thought everything was gonna be issued to me and everything was gonna be free pretty much. That's why I joined the Army. But no, most things are issued to you, but like when I got to my unit I had to get my Class A's, so that's pretty much like your formal dress uniform, you know, all your ribbons. So you gotta buy all your ribbons, you gotta buy your badges, you gotta buy your unit patch, you gotta buy the jacket, the pants. I was airborne, so I had to buy airborne boots, I had to buy regular boots. You gotta get it cleaned and stuff, so that was about like $200. When I first got to my unit, like I got there and I was just wearing like my PC, and obviously we're an airborne unit, so everybody has berets. So they took me to the store when I first got there, and they're like, alright Garza, you gotta get this, you gotta get this, you gotta get this, and I was just like in the back seat. I was like, what the fuck, really? I was like, I got no money, man. I had to tell my team leader I had no money, and basically he spotted me for all that stuff, and it was about like $200+ for all that stuff when I first got to my unit as a private. No idea I would have to spend that money when I first got there. So be prepared when you first get to your unit to buy your dress uniform. Be prepared to spend at least $200. Intermission, let's get another 10. Just 5, but I've done at least 30 already. I want to wake up every morning and come to this park, stretch out, and do some pull-ups every morning. The 3rd thing I wish somebody told me before joining the Army was, Josh, don't waste your time on getting big, trying to put on muscle and weight. Just stay lean and mean and don't get big. There was a time in the Army when I was putting on some weight and some muscle. I got up to like 188 pounds, 190 almost. And I'm 5'7", 5'8", like 5'8". And I weigh like 165 right now. Imagine me like 25 pounds more muscle. I couldn't run for shit. In the first mile, my shins and my lower back would be killing me. It would be like no pain like I ever felt before. Just one day we had a little competition with our squads, and that day I died. I remember my shins were on fire. I could not run anymore. So after that day, they were like, yo, Garza, like, you gotta stop getting too big. You can't run anymore. And I was like, I know. After that, I was done. Like, I don't want to put any more weight on. I want to get lean now. Just because, especially for an airborne unit, you run so much. You run probably like 3 times out of the week. But trying to gain weight and put on like bulkiness, and you're running every day, I would not suggest that. I wish I would have known to stay lean and mean and not bother trying to put on weight and muscle like that, especially in the Army. You should wait until you're out of the Army. If my dad were here, he would tell you he wish he would have known what a latrine was. I don't know how you don't know what a latrine is. Maybe because, you know, when he was back in the Army, it was like 50, 60 years ago. But when my dad got to basic training, he did not know what a latrine was. So the drill sergeant was asking about, you know, was telling them about a latrine and everything. So my dad was very guts. I would never do this. I don't know why he didn't ask a fellow soldier, but this smart guy went up to a drill sergeant and was like, drill sergeant, what is a latrine? And you can imagine that drill sergeant must have had a field day with him. He was like, must have looked at him. He was like, oh, you don't know what a latrine is. Okay. Like one of those, you know? Okay, Garza, get your toothbrush. My dad gets his toothbrush and brings it to the drill sergeant, and he's like, all right, Garza, come here. And he's like, you know, brings him to the latrine and makes him scrub that whole latrine with this toothbrush. That's what my dad said. He said he got a new toothbrush, but he said he never made that mistake again. LA, baby! LA! LA Fitness, baby. Get it in, baby. Baby! So the 2 last things I wish kind of somebody would have told me or helped me prepare for this. And honestly, these 2 things are the hardest to prepare for, just because you really can't prepare for it unless you are put in the situation and dealing with it now. But I can help you somewhat prepare for it. Going from a civilian to a soldier, that transition, that mental attitude you gotta have and mental awareness is the biggest thing. Physically, really wasn't a challenge for me. You can get better physically, but the mental aspect of it, it's just like you really can't prepare for. I don't like to be told what to do. You don't like to be told what to do. None of us like to be told what to do. And going into the Army, if you're making that decision, you are going to be told what to do. That's just a fact. You're gonna be told what to wear, where to be, what to eat, what to say. That's just the name of the game. That's the Army. That's what you signed up for. That's just kind of, you know, that's what it is. I remember my first day, and we kind of all go through this if you were in the Army, is when like that first night where you sleep at your basic training, you know, you sleep overnight for the first night. Get woken up all early in the morning, the drill sergeant's telling you to wake the fuck up, get out of bed. First night, I was like, oh my God, like we all think this, like, why did I join the Army? Why am I here? Because that's really the first time in our whole life where we've been like woken up like that. You know, we went our whole life, we're just like, you know, civilian, nobody's, you know, we don't have nobody yelling at us like a drill sergeant. So just going through that and understanding that it's gonna be like that from here on out, to a certain point when you get to your unit, it calms down a little bit. But honestly, I can say just that transition was the hardest for me. Just understanding that I'm going from a civilian to a soldier, and I'm gonna be told what to do, and I belong to the Army now, in a way. Like I said, it's kind of hard to prepare for that. Really, it is. It really is. Nobody can really tell you how you're gonna feel mentally when you go in and just that transition, how you react to that. But I can just tell you right now, as a soldier, if you're thinking about going into Army, or if you're about to go and you leave in a couple months, is that get it through your head and have that mental like fortitude and be strong mentally that you're gonna be told what to do, and other soldiers around you are gonna be told what to do just like you, and harness it and understand it, and it's all good, it's all for a purpose, and just do what you're told to do and get it done efficiently and fast. Keep your head down and just get it done. And lastly, all I want to say is if you're watching this right now and you're about to join the Army, you got a couple months, a few months, thank you for your service. We all appreciate it. It's gonna be a journey, but you'll learn a lot and you'll be just fine. If you're watching this right now and you're thinking about joining the Army, the reasons I joined was because I wanted to get away. I wanted my eyes to open. I wanted to grow up. I wanted to be by myself. The Army is a great decision if you feel like that, if you don't know what to do with your life, if you're just kind of undecided. Joining the Army is very honorable. It will make you grow up and it will open your eyes, especially as a young kid. I went in when I was 19, and joining the Army really made me be independent, made me open my eyes, it made me see the world. So if you're looking for that, it's a great decision. I hope this video was a help, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. My name is Josh Garza. Welcome to my channel. I'm all about good vibes, good positivity. Let's keep it rolling. I'm feeling good. Let's get it.